Okay, let's do this a little bit different today, shall we? I'm going home tomorrow, but for today we are still in on the U.S. side of things, and this is San Jose. This is San Jose in all of its glory, and I'm wearing a Sharks jersey. Okay, if you're looking at the Sharks and you're asking yourself how good, how bad is it? Well, you can probably find a reason to believe what you want to believe with this. Now, I went again with all the names in black. That was all based on what was on roster resource. No, I don't think these are going to be the lines going forward. Please understand, I'm not saying those are the lines going forward. These are not the droids you're looking for. Kane, Meyer, Donskoy, Sorensen, and Balsers on the left side. It's a solid left side. It is. Donskoy is one of my favorites. Sorensen, a solid top six guy or bottom six guy. Meyer has developed into a top six option. Seemed to get better as the season went along, and as long as Evander Kane can prove that he has, matured and that he is the player that he appeared to be in the playoffs, then you're good. Now he has to avoid crossing that line. That's the trick with Evander Kane. Don't cross that line. Down the middle. I do not agree that Joe Thornton would be the first line center. Agreed. Couture should be the first line guy. I could even see Thornton being third line. It depends on how he feels. Tierney, I think, is capable of being a second line center. Gambrel is in there. Antti Suomela, who they picked up in the offseason, is an option down the middle. And I put Josh Norris up there because, first round draft pick. Who knows where he'll slot in? Not this season, I don't think. I think he's still got university left. And then on the right side, Pavelski, Hurdle, LeBanc, Carlson, and Goudreau. So that's a pretty solid right side with four players that I actually like a lot. I respect Pavelski. I think Hurdle hasn't quite scratched the surface of what he's going to be. On the blue line, Ryan, Burns, Vlasic, Braun, Dillon, Heed. I would have had issues with Joakim Ryan as being top four, but having watched enough Sharks last year, I think they're fine there. DeMello, of course, I don't think plays outside the lineup. I think he gets in there ahead of Heed. So again, this is just because that's where I wrote it down off of, and that's where it ends up. Jeremy Roy or Waugh, depends. I think that last name, I think there's a right way to pronounce it. I think English and French speaking people should get together and agree on whether it's Raw or Roy and just make it done. You'll notice Merkley there. Merkley's there, even though I know he's not playing this year, because there were some shots fired at San Jose for taking Merkley. And honestly, if you look at that defense core, it's a pretty solid defense. And Merkley really should be brought along slowly into this organization, an organization that knows how to develop defensemen. In net, Jones and Dell. And I project probably Bebo as the third. I don't think it's going to matter because if something happens to Jones, Aaron Dell's shown that he's able to play pretty darn well when he needs to. This is going to be an interesting team to watch. Are they contenders? I don't know. See, when you look, there's nothing in this lineup that's really changed from last season. Adding Kane at the deadline, maybe a full season of Evander Kane in the lineup, is going to make things better for them. But they're one of those teams that could go either way. They could be a Stanley Cup contender, they could be a top team, absolutely, or maybe they have some issues. Maybe there's something going on here. Maybe that blue line will get exposed at some point this season, and and yet I look at it, and my only real pause might be, what is the health of Joe Thornton? How effective is he going to be? How many minutes is he going to get asked to play? And if he has to play a diminished role, is that going to put more stress on other players? And could that cause their play to potentially be affected? But you'll notice that I'm not saying anything overly negative about the Sharks. I'm not saying anything about them falling apart because it's a good lineup. The trick really is, when you've got a good lineup like this, making it better or having the patience to get there. You look at what the Capitals did this past spring. They had the patience to get there. Or San Jose, are the Sharks the next team that we'll look back on and say they had the patience to get there? That's the real question. So there you go. San Jose, how good is it? And this is as guerrilla a setup as I've done thus far. But again, this is all so that I can get videos uploaded in a timely manner. And it seems to be using cell phone data is faster than uploading via Wi-Fi. So anyways, there you go. There's my reasoning. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How good, how bad is it for San Jose in your eyes? Be interested to know your thoughts. But from now until then, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been me, one day away from heading home. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. Of course, I always say that. Gotta say that. That's kind of the thing you say. And hey, I'll talk to you again soon.